Good evening. My name is Brian Haggerty. I'm the chairman of the Board of Trustees here at the El Paso Community College Board of Trustees. If anyone would like to follow along tonight on our meeting on the internet at home, you can go to www.youtube.com/user/goepcc. Can you call the roll?
Yes, sir.
Bill?
Mr. Uxer.
Here.
Mrs. Robles.
Here.
Ms. Nájera.
Here.
Mr. Mendez.
Here.
Mrs. Moy.
Here.
Dr. Graham.
Here.
Mr. Haggerty.
Here. Can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight.
Item 1.4, approval of minutes. There is none. Item 1.6, open forum. There is a couple of open forums. Michelle Diaz, EPCC softball regarding Coach Gutierrez.
Come on up. No?
Do I list all the individuals?
Just
No?
one at a
Just
time.
one at a time. It's one at a time. Michelle Diaz?
Who's the next?
Okay. Bella Apodaca?
Hello, my name's Bea Apodaca. I would just like to say that Coach was a really positive person. She was always there for us. No matter how our games went, Coach always stayed positive for us. I think Coach was a very good coach. I love the way she had patience with us. I love the way she would always be positive with us. No matter how many losses we had, Coach would always be positive with us. Not everyone had confidence in the softball team for us to make it to regionals or for us to win, but Coach knew what we had, and she always wanted what's best for us was to win. So yes, I just think that Coach really was a positive person towards us and towards everyone. And yes.
Okay, thank you.
Elsa Apodaca from the EPCC softball, also regarding Coach Gutierrez.
Hi, my name is Elsa Polaka, and I'm here for Coach Gutierrez. I've coached my whole life. I even coached here with the Tejanas. I was a third coach, and I loved it. Katie was one of my players. She was a hell of a player, let me tell you. My daughter got a scholarship to play here, which I was so proud because I played here. And let me tell you, what I saw out of Coach Gutierrez was great. She was, like my daughter said, positive with the girls. She was great coaching out there. And like I told you, with my experience of being a high school coach, also head coach for many years, I see Coach being a heck of a coach out there. And I would like for you guys to keep giving her the opportunity to keep coaching. Thanks.
Thank you.
Ana Luz.
Good afternoon. My name is Ana Luz Silva, and I stand before you not just as a student athlete, but as someone whose life has been genuinely impacted by Coach Gutierrez. When I first joined this program, I was unsure of myself, didn't know if I had what it took. But not just as a sport, but in life. But Coach Gutierrez didn't just train us to compete, but she trained us to believe in ourselves. She held us at an accountable, showed us how to lead with integrity, and taught us effort and respect. It mattered just as not what just mattered on the scoreboard, after all. This wasn't just about the wins or the stats. It wasn't about developing us as people. And she made sure of that every single day. I know decisions are complex and sometimes difficult, but I'm asking you to consider the whole picture and not just the outcome of this season. For a moment in time in the consideration with Coach, we had heartful times and very strong times and sad times. And honestly, I could say that we genuinely bonded as a team. For a moment, for Coach G gave to this team and this school, she showed us for us not just on the field, but off the field. She created a culture of trust, growth, and resilience. It hurts to see someone who gave us so much let go so quickly, especially since we have one more year with her. And I believe that everything in me that deserves a chance to continue doing what she does best, guiding, coaching, and changing lives like she changed mine. Thank you for hearing me, and I speak not just for myself, but for many who might not have the words, but who feel some remorse and some deep felt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alexis Corona.
Good evening. I just wanted to come on here and say, like, Coach G really brought out, like, something in me. She made me feel so comfortable on the field. You know, I'm sort of kind of timid at times. And, like, normally for college teams, you're not really, like, comfortable with a coach. But she really made me feel real safe and comfortable. And she's very cheerful sometimes. She can be, like, how do I say this? Like, a coach. Does that make sense? Like, she could just, like, set the tone right away. And I'm just really hoping we get the outcome we all want. Thank you.
Thank you.
Donna Castillo.
Buenas tardes, lo voy a decir en español porque es mi idioma natal. Tantas cosas que podría decir de Coach G, pero tengo nada de tiempo, ¿ok? Sin ella no sería la persona que soy hoy. Es una de las mejores coaches que he tenido. Ella siempre decía que quería que nos fuéramos de su programa con no solo siendo una buena persona, sino también siendo una buena jugadora con una mentalidad fuerte. Hizo que tuviera confianza en mí misma, y yo antes de empezar a jugar a EPCC no era nadie. Yo me sentía nadie, pero cuando entré a su programa sentí que todo cambió en mí. Y no solamente hizo tuvo un gran impacto en mi corazón, y me gustaría que siguiera así, no nada más que me impactara a mí, sino a muchas jugadoras. Y no sé, pues es todo. Solamente me gustaría que la coach tuviera otra oportunidad para demostrarles que sí podemos, que sí puede como coach. Gracias.
Thank you.
Kimberly Chavez.
Hello. I know decisions like these are complicated, but I want to speak honestly about Coach Gutierrez and how she means to us. She's not just a coach, she's a mentor, a role model, and a backbone to this team. Coach G has pushed us to grow not just as athletes, but as people. She's shown up every day with energy, discipline, and belief in us, even when we doubted ourselves. Our team culture, our unity, and our progress, both on and off the field, are a direct reflection of her leadership. I've personally learned consistency, preparation, work ethic, and many other things, and I know I'm not the only one. The impact she made here doesn't just live in wins and losses, it lives in who we are becoming. This decision isn't just about one person, it affects all of us, and we're not ready to lose her. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Angelica Valdez.
Hello. I'm just here to say I'm one of the parents to the athletes. Also a coach for city and travel ball. A lot of the girls that have gone through Coach Gutierrez have come from our team. And there's nothing but positive things coming out of everybody. I've talked to them, I've asked them, and positivity is all everybody has to say about her. She's great. She's just a great coach. She's very positive, teaches these girls a lot from the person they're going to become to the players they are. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dulce Ontiveros.
Buenas tardes, también lo voy a decir en español porque es mi idioma natal. Vine aquí por Coach Gutiérrez para nomás decirles lo que sentimos por ella. Es una gran coach, siempre estuvo ahí apoyándonos, incluso cuando teníamos una mentalidad mal y estábamos a punto de rendirnos, siempre estuvo ahí motivándonos, siempre nos ayudó a seguir adelante y sus consejos siempre nos sirvieron, no simplemente como jugadora, pero también como persona. Y simplemente siento que es una persona que necesitamos en el equipo, una coach que confía en nosotras y nos esté apoyando aunque nadie más lo haga. Y gracias por escucharme.
Thank you.
María Ontiveros.
Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es María Ontiveros y diré esto en español, que es también mi idioma nativo. Yo conocí a Coach G desde el 2022 cuando hice trial por primera vez. No hice el equipo porque no estaba todavía en clases de inglés, pero desde la primera vez que la vi pude ver una persona en la que podías confiar y que veía tu potencial. El año pasado hablé con ella para poder entrar al equipo junto con mi hermana y ella nos dio la oportunidad de participar y nos abrió las puertas a jugar a Softball College, algo que ha sido siempre mi sueño. Y desde el primer día, Coach G nos ha enseñado disciplina, nos ha enseñado resiliencia, solamente seguir tus sueños, que todo podemos lograrlo, solamente necesitamos trabajar duro y proponernos, trabajar con propósito. Siempre nos ha enseñado cosas dentro y fuera del campo, nos ha preparado para muchas cosas. Personalmente me llevó una enseñanza de toda mi vida, para toda la vida, trabajar duro y seguir ahí. Es una persona que te entiende y trata siempre de apoyarte. Como sophomore este año, quisiera seguir teniendo en mi equipo, que sea mi coach, porque me ha enseñado mucho. Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Michelle Díaz. Section 1.7, presentations by individuals, groups, and organizations. Item 1.7.1, Dr. William Serrata, College President, will recognize individuals who have retired from El Paso Community College.
Chair Haggerty and members of the board, these are always bittersweet moments when we have an individual who has earned their retirement. Mr. Russ Myers started at El Paso Community College on April 23rd, 1990, as a programmer analyst. He later became a senior programmer analyst working on a variety of projects, including the EPCC telephone registration system. He joined the adjunct faculty ranks in 1993 within the ITSC discipline. Mr. Myers enjoyed teaching and became a full-time faculty member starting in the fall of 1996. He taught a wide variety of technologies, including operating systems, spreadsheets, databases, programming, and networking. He served as an ITSC discipline coordinator from 1997 to 2021. A few major initiatives included the start of the Cisco Academy, the 60-hour rule degree changes, and course development for multiple courses. During his time as a faculty member, he was the host of EPCC TV Computer Train show for 8 years and 80 episodes. For a variety of EPCC departments, he created databases and trained staff to help them with their day-to-day responsibilities. For the Institutional Effectiveness Department, he created databases to track EPCC standing committees and memberships, EPCC college policies and procedures, and the program review. He continued to share his expertise in data management by creating a database to track area improvement plans across the college for the institutional planning department. For the dual credit department, Mr. Myers created a database to track area high school dual credit locations, contact personnel, and required textbooks materials for dual credit course offerings. His most recent project has been for the EPCC Foundation. He created a database to track donors and donations received by the college. An interesting side note is that Mr. Myers met his wife, Norma Ortegas, at EPCC, a work study in the accounting services department in the early 90s. After a 30-year educational career ending as a principal, Mrs. Myers now works as an adjunct faculty member in the educational psychology discipline. His daughter, Lindsay, started her education at EPCC, graduated with a mechanical engineering degree from NMSU, and started working as a project manager for the physical plant department here at EPCC in 2024. Russ Myers has contributed much to the success of the college through his expert teaching for our students, his attention to detail on the many projects he has led, and his collegial attitude. After a short break, Mr. Myers intends to return as an adjunct for the ITSC discipline. I'd have to share, I'd be remiss if I didn't share, Mr. Myers is an avid bowler and has bowled several perfect games. So Dr. Roberts, when he served as interim president, would brag about how his team would win the bowling tournament because he ensured that Mr. Myers was on his team. And in a point of personal pride, I actually won the bowling tournament the year Mr. Myers did not attend. So thank you. Mr. Myers, on behalf of the college, we wish you the best in your retirement. We thank you for your 35 years of service, and we look forward to welcoming you back. So if you'd please come up.
Item 1.7.2, optional presentations will be made by the presidents of the Classified Staff Association, the Professional Staff Association, the Faculty Association, and the Student Government Association.
Dr. B.
To piggyback on Professor Myers retiring and President Serrata's winning the championship the first year. As I recall, my team won the championship the year after that. However, and this still is a crawl in my throat, Mr. President, President Serrata beat me for high score by 7 lousy pins.
It was a trying year, for sure.
It was. Oh, well. I look forward to a rematch. Greetings, trustees, Mr. President, vice presidents, deans, acting deans, guests, both live and in the vastness of the unknown. 2 months ago, I gave a slideshow presentation on EPCC and the, as you can see on the screen, the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad bill known as Senate Bill 37. For your reading enjoyment. Unfortunately, the dominant political party in Texas and the governor, in their infinite and divine wisdom, chose to pass and sign into law this total abomination, atrocity, obscenity of freedom of democracy. Today I present a shortened version of the slideshow based on the updated version of the farcical and dictatorial law. I paraphrase the Declaration of Independence. The history of the present lieutenant governor and dominant political party of Texas is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over Texas public colleges and universities. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. Thus, I offer a comparison between EPCC and SB 37. Number one, at EPCC, the Faculty Association and the Faculty Senate are established by and operated by the EPCC Faculty Association bylaws. SB 37, only the governing board, you fine people, of an institution, the Board of Trustees, of higher education may establish a faculty council or senate based on the draconian guidelines set forth in the bill. Number two, faculty members elect one full-time and one adjunct at-large senator from each of the 6 EPCC campuses, and 2 full-time senators from each academic division. Under SB 37, the new Senate will consist of at least 2 representatives from each college or school, including 1 member appointed by the college president. Because this bill is so poorly written, does that mean 1 of the 2 from each college or school will be appointed by the president, or does it mean 1 total will be appointed by the president? Comparison 3, the Faculty Association president, full-time vice president, secretary are granted paid release hours. Under SB 37, members of the Faculty Council or Senate are not entitled to compensation or reimbursement of expenses unless approved by the Board of Trustees. Number 4, the Faculty Association officers and faculty senators serve terms of 2 years and are not subject to term limits. Under SB 37, faculty senators appointed by the EPCC president may serve up to 6 consecutive 1-year terms and may only be reappointed after a 2-year absence. Elected senators serve 1 2-year term and can only be reelected after a 2-year absence. And I might add here, this is highly hypocritical of the legislature and the governor and the lieutenant governor imposing term limits on us, but not themselves. And number 5, the Faculty Association Executive Committee, consisting of the president, myself, full-time vice president, adjunct vice president, and secretary, are elected by the faculty for a term of 2 years and can be reelected. Under SB 37, the EPCC president shall appoint a presiding officer, associate presiding officer, and secretary for members of the Faculty Council or Senate, appointing officers. And number 6, sometimes the EPCC Faculty Association Senate passes resolutions that do not need administrative consent, such as approving the minutes, or the resolution passed this academic year urging all faculty to be courteous and aware of the 10-minute time between classes. Under SB 37, a faculty council or senate is advisory only and may not be delegated the final decision-making authority on any matter. Presumably that means administration or the trustees or both must approve everything the association senate passes, including the mundane resolutions such as those stated above. That's all y'all need is more work. Why? This ridiculous bill is being advocated by the dominant political party of Texas, all because Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is throwing a hissy fit because the UT Austin Faculty Senate had the audacity to pass a resolution opposing something Patrick was in favor of. Said political party claims to be the defender of democracy in America, yet this bill is nothing less than a blatant attempt by that party and Patrick to destroy democracy in Texas public colleges and universities because they believe, without any proof whatsoever, that, quote, loony Marxist professors are supposedly indoctrinating students to, quote, hate America and turn them into socialists and communists. In fact, said political party and the lieutenant governor are attempting to indoctrinate students toward their own far-right propagandistic beliefs. I'll skip these things. Back in April, the Faculty Senate passed a resolution, I won't read the whole thing, but just go to the bottom. Whereas SB 37 proposes to destroy the democratic way the EPCC Faculty Senate is chosen and operates, the EPCC Faculty Senate duly assembled does hereby condemn and oppose the undemocratic, vile, and repugnant SB 37 as currently proposed. Under SB 37, you, the members of the EPCC Board of Trustees, will have to approve that resolution if it had happened in the new Senate. What will you do? Thank you. That's it.
Judge, going back to open forum, I believe Michelle Diaz is here in the audience now.
Hello. I'm here on behalf of Coach Gutierrez's part. Despite the season that we had the past 2 years, I've been here for the past 2 years. I know it didn't go our way and we expected and wanted it to be. Despite all that, I feel she is a very good coach, completely gives back to her community, has a positive outlook not only on as us on players, but wants us to achieve as women outside of softball and school as well, as we enter the real world. And because of that, I stand with her. And yes. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Well, you did great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Section 1.8, Communications, Item 1.8.1, Discussion and Review regarding data, statistics, policies, and general information related to El Paso Community College by the Board of Trustees.
Chair Haggerty and members of the board, I had promised to provide a legislative update during the May meeting, and we had not yet finished the legislature, so we postponed that to this meeting. I do want to provide you with an update on the legislature and what the legislature produced out of the legislative session. We have to start the legislative session with Commissioner Rosser. So Commissioner Keller served as the Commissioner of Higher Education for just under 5 years, so 2 legislative sessions. Commissioner Keller was a great friend to community colleges and to EPCC in particular, and so there were big shoes to fill. He went on to serve as president of the University of North Texas, where he still is currently. And Dr. Rosser, I was appointed to the advisory committee by the coordinating board, so Chair Farias of the coordinating board, Vice Chair Hout, and Secretary Anwar joined 3 college and university administrators. I represented the community college sector, Dr. James Hallmark from Texas A&M System, and then Dr. Jay Hartzell, the former president of UT Austin, now president of SMU, served on the advisory committee. We reached out to individuals and encouraged them to consider the Commissioner of Higher Education. Dr. Rosser was one of the individuals that I was one of the folks who reached out to him. So we're very pleased that Dr. Rosser was willing to take on this role. He started the job, I believe, on January the 3rd, and then we went straight into the legislative session. I'll touch on a couple of things just as a reminder for the board. So in the 2023 legislative session, there were 3 themes that came out of the Commission for Community College Finance, which Mr. Hunt from El Paso chaired. We were looking at funding community colleges based on outcomes. We're very focused on affordability for students as well as on investments in college capacity. So this was a group of legislators as well as philanthropy, Mr. Hunt, and representing business. And then we had 4 presidents that served on the committee as well as a trustee. The key components of House Bill 8 was the FAST program. We just had a budget workshop, so all of you are familiar with the FAST program. It's financial aid for swift transfer. Shared services was a big part of this. Performance tier, which is outcomes-based. So 95% of the funding resulting out of House Bill 8 goes towards outcomes-based funding. For El Paso Community College, 100% of our funding is based on performance tier. We set aside 5% of the total funding, which is distributed to the colleges that have small tax bases to help them with regards to their base tier funding. So the large colleges will never qualify for base tier funding. And then finally, the Community College Standing Advisory Committee was put together. Commissioner Keller asked that I chair that. I continue to serve as chair of that committee and will serve in that capacity and through the spring of 2026. Our legislative focus areas for this legislative session was the supplemental appropriations request. So our funding mechanism is based on projections, and we receive that funding. Then once the actual outcomes come forward, the coordinating board calculates what that is, and we wanted to ensure that our supplemental appropriations request was approved before funding for the regular session. So this ended up being $89.5 million for the community college sector. The legislature did fund that. We were asking for full funding for the formula for the next biennium based on outcomes. We wanted to include private institutions in transfer. So the institution that makes the most sense is McLennan Community College. They're located in Waco. Their number one transfer partner is Baylor. Mr. Mendez, as your daughter attends Baylor, is Baylor, and they were not receiving credit for students who transfer to Baylor. So we wanted to make sure we corrected that error. And so now students who transfer to private colleges and universities in the state of Texas will count towards performance-based funding as well. Among our areas of focus was also continuing to scale workforce partnerships. We certainly understand that the Texas economy continues to grow. We are from our perspective, we are the fuel for that economy continuing to grow. The community colleges produce 95%, 96% of all career technical education degrees and certificates in the state, and so we want to continue to move forward with that. State agency workforce credentials, this was something that we were keeping an eye on and ensuring that we were a part of it. Last legislative session, the legislature reduced the qualifications for programmers in particular that were employed by the state. DIR moved forward with this. And so these were laws that we were continuing to keep an eye on. And then we wanted to ensure that we were continuing to have access to nursing clinical rotation slots. There were for-profit institutions that were offering hospitals payment for those clinical rotation slots. And so we felt that it was important for us to ensure that the public institutions had access to those as well. We also went in and made sure that our legislature knew who we were and what we did. We'd started this back in 2019, 2021 sessions. We served well over 700,000 students in the 50 community colleges. We awarded over 125,000 degrees and certificates. As I indicated earlier, we provide 96% of all career and technical education certificates and degrees. So this was important for us to ensure that the legislature understood this. Senate Bill 1 is the budget. Senate Bill 1 codified and ensured that the $89.5 million of the supplemental appropriations was there and moved forward. They fully funded the community college sector. Now that currently the funds are now at $2.4 billion. Before the 2023 legislative session, they were at $1.8 billion for the 50 community colleges. TEOG is the student work study program. TEOG is student aid, state aid for students. They increased that from $222 million to $306.2 million. And then the FAST resources went from $78.6 to $165.2 million. So we felt that it was a successful session. I will touch on a couple of bills. I probably won't touch on Senate Bill 37 since Dr. Burnham already covered that for me. But Senate Bill 1786 is the cleanup bill to House Bill 8. Its companion was House Bill 2110. Some key pieces of that particular bill was expanding access to dual credit and defining what a high school student is. There was no definition of what high school was in statute prior to this. So we were saying dual credit is for students that are in grades 9 through 12. That expanded that access for them. In addition, it focused on opportunities for students to earn those college credits. Again, the allocation it was just over $2.4 billion. It's about almost a 2.5% increase. You see in the graphic, it went from 1.8 to 2.2 to now $2.4 billion. And again, those transfers that go to private institutions will count as long as they're in Texas. Senate Bill 37, I'll touch on a couple of areas. Dr. Burnham's absolutely right. It expanded authority of the governing board over the hiring of not just me and legal counsel, but Dr. Smith and his position, the board has the right to veto that. If I come forward with a recommendation that the board doesn't agree with on that particular position, the board can veto that. There are annual reports that the legislature are required, the governing board to create the faculty council. Again, Dr. Burnham covered much of this. The faculty senates, the governing board exclusively creates faculty senates now, so that has to come through you. You see the requirements. It can only be 60. It has to be capped at 60 members. We are working with legal counsel as well as with Dr. Burnham to ensure that we have everything in order to move forward with this. I will share with you that on September 1st, the faculty senate as it currently exists will be abolished based on statute. So we have to work with the board as well as with faculty senate to ensure that we're meeting the requirements that are laid out by the state, which we will work with legal counsel to ensure that, and we will continue to meet with Dr. Burnham and his colleagues. Again, lots of additional duties as assigned by the legislature with regards to faculty grievances and hiring. Again, I shared with you the executive searches. And then the coordinating board, the governor will appoint an ombudsperson who will then be a part of the coordinating board, but it reports directly to the governor, who will investigate and serve as a liaison between the public, the legislature, as well as institutions of higher education. The legislature continuously passes bills. Senate Bill 1786, from my perspective, was a very good bill. Senate Bill 37 is a challenging bill that we will work with. We will work with legal counsel to ensure that we're in compliance with the law and to ensure that our faculty continue to have representation. But that is a small gamut of what the legislature looked at. I picked items that were very pertinent to the college and to the function of the institution. I'm happy to entertain any questions that the board may have.
Dr. Serrata, there's supposed to be a special session. Anything containing?
Currently, Judge, so the governor listed 6 items that he wanted to look at. They were specific bills that had not made it through the session. One of them, the most notorious, is the bill on hemp products. And so what you're looking at, there's real concerns from the lieutenant governor, who's been very vocal about this, that it should be banned completely. From the business sector, estimates are that it raises $1 billion in tax revenue. If the legislature chooses to ban that, then they have to figure out where that $1 billion of tax revenue comes from or what they cut.
It brings in $1 billion now?
That is what we are told. That is the estimate of the product within the state of Texas. But there's 6 specific items that the governor has asked. The governor can expand that. There is nothing related to higher education at this point. We do not anticipate that anything with regards to higher education will be brought forward.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thanks,
Thank
sir.
you all.
Section 1.9, Board of Trustees Business. Items 1.9.1 and item 1.9.2 will be discussed after executive session. Section 1.10, Board Reports. Item 1.10.1, Treasurer's Report. Item 1.10.1.1, May 31, 2025, Financial Statements. No action is required. Item 1.10.2, President's Report. Item 1.10.2.1, Dr. William Serrata, College President, will update the Board of Trustees and audience on recent events that have transpired at El Paso Community College.
This is the meeting you get a lot of me, Judge. My apologies. Good afternoon to all our board members. And I'd like to begin my report by sharing that the El Paso Community College Forum Theater proudly presents You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, directed by theater faculty member Ted Carver and featuring stage design by Dominic Pagano. The production brings together a talented team, including music director Cody Ritchie and dance faculty Jeremy Edmondson as choreographer. The opening night is scheduled for July 3rd with refreshments provided by the Culinary Arts Student Culinary Services under the direction of Chef Reyes. Many in the community are familiar with the beloved Peanuts comic strip, and this production promises to be a fun, family-friendly event that audiences of all ages can enjoy. NASA's Globe Programming Partnership Globe EPCC, headquartered at the Trans Mountain campus, has increased its collaborative activities within the El Paso community. Globe EPCC has continued career development and science demonstrations with Tornillo Elementary and Middle School in May, providing students with opportunities to pursue careers in science. Globe EPCC has also conducted interactive science demonstrations at La Nube Science Museum. By providing engaging science activities dealing with atmospheric data collection, EPCC Globe has now become a center for providing professional training in conducting atmospheric science focused on cloud science to professional educators in the independent school districts in the El Paso area and informal educators for different agencies. The now approved collaboration with La Nube will help facilitate this endeavor and increase the EPCC Globe footprint in the community as a center for science excellence. In partnership with the Texas Workforce Commission Skills Development Fund and Bain Enterprises, LLC, hosted a check presentation at the EPCC Administrative Services Center. Commissioner Albert Trevino III, representing labor at the Texas Workforce Commission, presented a check in the amount of $85,521 to support a new workforce training initiative in collaboration with Bain Enterprises, LLC. This funding will allow EPCC's Workforce and Continuing Education Division to deliver over 980 hours of customized training for 102 new and existing employees of Bain Enterprises, a key regional supplier of utility and construction-related equipment and services. The grant will cover all direct training costs, including tuition, instructor fees, curriculum development, instructional materials, and administrative expenses. Training topics will include basic construction surveying, blueprint reading, flagger certification, drone operations, construction math, site supervision, and business communications. This project also marks the 11th Skills Development Fund grant awarded to EPCC since 2019, bringing our total SDF funding to over $2.5 million. These grants continue to play a critical role in EPCC's ability to respond to regional workforce needs through tailored, high-impact training programs. We look forward to continuing our collaboration with Bain Enterprises and the Texas Workforce Commission as we work together to elevate the skills and opportunities available to workers in our region. I'm pleased to share a remarkable story of entrepreneurial success that highlights the impact of El Paso Community College's Small Business Development Center, the SBDC, in strengthening our region's economic vitality. Adrian and Mike Soto, lifelong wing enthusiasts at America's High School and America High School graduates, recently celebrated the opening of their fifth, the Shack Wings and Brews location in West El Paso. What began as a shared dream between two brothers has now grown into a thriving local business with 5 locations across the city. Since 2009, the Soto brothers have worked together closely with EPCC's SBDC to navigate every phase of their business development from initial concept to expansion. With the guidance of the SBDC, they successfully scaled operations from a modest storefront in Horizon City to a multi-location restaurant brand recognized throughout El Paso. Through business planning, financing strategies, and ongoing mentorship, our SBDC helped the Sotos move to larger facilities, develop new locations with unique customer features, and continue to grow a loyal customer base. Their story reflects not only their entrepreneurial spirit, but also the vital role EPCC plays in supporting local business development and job creation. Congratulations to the Sotos for the success of the Shack Wings and Brews, and we look forward to helping many more local businesses thrive through EPCC's commitment to economic and workforce development. Thank you to Ms. Audrey Marufo for another successful small business grand opening. Earlier this month, EPCC's Computing Program Department proudly participated in the annual Region 19 Career and Technical Education, or CTE, conference held at the Starlight Event Center. During the event, our computer science and cybersecurity programs presented a preview of the upcoming Hack the Border, Hack the City demonstration, an initiative that will culminate in the Capture the Flag cybersecurity competition scheduled for November 20th through the 22nd, 2025 at EPCC. The project is made possible through a strategic partnership with Microsoft under the grant initiative titled Constructing Artificial Intelligence, Capacity for the Workforce and Educational Sector in the Border Region. The goal of this initiative is to strengthen EPCC's capacity to integrate emerging AI technologies into computing education and provide guidance to educators on incorporating workforce-informed best practices into their instruction. Over the past 2 years, both Hack the Border and our own computing programs have seen significant growth in student engagement, course enrollment, and regional collaboration. Our partnerships with institutions such as UTEP, New Mexico State University, and Universidad Autónoma de Ciudad Juárez reflect a growing binational and interdisciplinary reach. In addition to Hack the Border preview, Dr. Servin and students Jesus Ramirez and Ivan Alonso presented their work titled Integrating AI in Computer Science Education, Designing Culturally Relevant Assignments Through a Sense of Belonging framework, which several industry vendors expressed strong interest in collaborating with EPCC following the presentation, reinforcing the value and visibility of this work in both educational and workforce contexts. Congratulations, Dr. Servin, for a successful event. In collaboration with EPCC Campus Life, Student Leadership, and El Pasoans Fighting Hunger, the college hosted a successful grocery pickup event at the Trans Mountain campus. This marks one of more than half a dozen events held over the past year at various EPCC campuses as part of our growing partnership with El Pasoans Fighting Hunger. In response to the region's extreme summer temperature, the event was structured as a drive-through to ensure safety and accessibility. Several hundred individuals, including students, faculty, staff, and members of the broader community, lined up in their vehicles to receive a variety of free grocery items such as fresh produce, canned goods, snacks, and beverages. Our first partnership event with El Pasoans Fighting Hunger was held in July 2024 at the Valle Verde campus, with subsequent distributions at the Rio Grande and Mission del Paso campuses. These events are a part of a wider institutional effort to combat food insecurity among our campus community, a challenge that continues to impact academic persistence and overall student well-being. This initiative would not be possible without the dedicated support of our internal and external partners. Special thanks to El Pasoans Fighting Hunger, the EPCC Campus Life Team, Student Leadership, the PASOS Program, New Student Orientation, and the EPCC Student Government Association for their hard work and commitment to serving our students and the broader community. Chair Haggerty, that concludes my report. I am happy to respond to any questions that the board may have.
Anybody have any questions? Thanks, Doug. You have a question? Huh? Thanks, Doug.
Item 1.11, consent docket. There is none. Section 2, administration. Item 2.1, CAK Local TASB Investment Policy for second reading and approval.
Second.
Any questions? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Ms. Nájera.
Aye.
Mr. Mendez.
Aye.
Mrs. Moy.
Aye.
Dr. Graham. Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Item 2.2, BCA, BCB, BCE, CG, CGF, CHA, DIAB, ECC, FFDB, and FLBC TASB local policies for first reading, review, and comment only.
Have a motion?
No motion.
No action is required. Section 3, personnel. Item 3.1, information items, institutionally, externally funded full-time staff and faculty appointments, extensions, resignations, and retirements. No action is required. Item 3.2, tenure track faculty appointments and new tenured faculty.
Have a motion?
Motion to approve? Second.
Any questions? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Ms. Nájera.
Aye.
Mr. Mendez.
Aye.
Mrs. Moy.
Aye.
Dr. Graham.
She stepped.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Section 4, Financial Services. Item 4.1, discussion and action on the approval of a contract award with Time Clock Plus LLC to provide a timekeeping and leave system in an amount not to exceed $613,555 over a 5-year period.
Move to approve for 4.1 and 4.2.
Second.
Item 4.2, discussion and action on the approval of the third year of a 3-year subscription agreement with SHI Government Solutions, Inc. for the Microsoft Enrollment for Education Solutions Program in an amount not to exceed $244,103, year 3.
Any questions?
Yes. Just out of curiosity on 4.9, I noticed on page 79, this financial abstract service, Mr. Fernandez, it's the only item I can see in here that actually has 2 budget accounting system. What, just out of curiosity, how come we have 2 budget items for one category?
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. So the reason for that is because we use we make the purchase using 2 different funding sources. So that is the reason why. So
Okay.
we do a percentage out of one and the other.
Yeah, that then comes up the question, why?
Because one of them is funded by the technology fund and then the other one from the software account.
Oh, okay, okay.
Any other questions? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer,
Aye.
Mrs. Robles,
Aye.
Ms. Nájera,
Aye.
Mr. Mendez,
Aye.
Mrs. Moy,
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Item 4.3, discussion and action to adopt the broker-dealer list for investments provided by Hilltop Securities Asset Management, LLC.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer,
Abstain.
Mrs. Robles,
Aye.
Ms. Nájera,
Aye.
Mr. Mendez,
Aye.
Mrs. Moy,
Aye.
Dr. Graham,
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Item 4.4, discussion and action on the approval of adding and removing signatories on bank resolutions for Wells Fargo Bank, N.A.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer,
Aye.
Mrs. Robles,
Aye.
Ms. Nájera,
Aye.
Mr. Mendez,
Aye.
Mrs. Moy,
Aye.
Dr. Graham,
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Section 5, Physical Facilities. Item 5.1, discussion and action on the approval to award a contract to VSC Fire and Security, Inc. for the replacement of the fire alarm system serving the Mission del Paso campus in an amount not to exceed $524,800.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer,
Aye.
Mrs. Robles,
Aye.
Ms. Nájera,
Aye.
Mr. Mendez,
Aye.
Mrs. Moy,
Aye.
Dr. Graham,
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Item 5.2, discussion and action on the approval to award a contract to Furniture Marketing Group, Inc. for the purchase of replacement furniture for the Mission del Paso campus in an amount not to exceed $488,892.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer,
Aye.
Mrs. Robles,
Aye.
Ms. Nájera,
Aye.
Mr. Mendez,
Aye.
Mrs. Moy,
Aye.
Dr. Graham,
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Item 5.3, discussion and action on the approval to award a contract to AO General Contractor, Inc. for the replacement of the existing roadway surface on La Promesa Drive at the Valle Verde campus in an amount not to exceed $842,099.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer,
Aye.
Mrs. Robles,
Aye.
Ms. Nájera,
Aye.
Mr. Mendez,
Aye.
Mrs. Moy,
Aye.
Dr. Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Section 6, Curriculum and Instruction. Item 6.1, discussion and action on the approval of an agreement with Lumen, Inc. to continue to provide open educational resources, OER, course materials in an amount not to exceed $100,000 per year.
Move to.
Approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer,
Aye.
Mrs. Robles,
Aye.
Ms. Nájera,
Aye.
Mr. Mendez,
Aye.
Mrs. Moy,
Aye.
Dr. Graham,
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Item 6.2, discussion and action on the approval to purchase from California Sales Organization, LLC, a Spacefile USA distribution office, compact shelving for the EPCC libraries in an amount not to exceed $51,999.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer,
Aye.
Mrs. Robles,
Aye.
Ms. Nájera,
Aye.
Mr. Mendez,
Aye.
Mrs. Moy,
Aye.
Dr. Graham,
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Section 7, Student Services. Item 7.1, discussion and action on the approval to award a contract to Mike Garcia Merchant Security, LLC, for providing private security guard services on an as-needed basis at various locations within the EPCC district in an amount not to exceed $1,376,357 for a 3-year period.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. Just out of Dr. Amaya, I know we talked about this just a couple hours ago, but I think it'd be important for you to just relate what you told me about these people actually. When you say security guard service, all of a sudden that ranges somewhere, somebody walking around with an AR-15 to somebody with a cell phone. You know, tell them what the security guard really encompasses and their training and what they have and that kind of thing.
Sure, I can give you a brief description of what they do, and
Yeah.
if the chief wants to add any more, he's welcome to. These are security staff that are licensed. However, they do not carry weapons or tasers, as you asked me about. So any issues that they communicate, we have them covering evenings and weekends at the 5 campuses and the Administrative Services Center. Likewise, we have 2 that cover the ASC daily. Any incidents, they reach out to the lieutenant on call. So we have a lieutenant every evening and weekend, and obviously chief that are on call. Same for any daytime operations here at the ASC.
Yeah, I just think it's important to note that they really are just a walking mobile alert service, and really that's what they are, and that's you can't describe something more than a vital function that, you know, that goes, it's something we need that sort of bridges the gap between, you know, a locked door and having Chief Ramirez and his people, you know, out there, you know, standing guard. I think that's probably the best money spent.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. How much did we spend previously on these services? I mean, it looks, did it go from 458, 785 to the current amount that's being requested?
This is for 3 years. This is for
So the current amount is for the 3 years, so it's an annual contract. So the total for the first year would be $458,785.60.
The amount per year didn't really change?
There is an increase, so we are meeting whatever the increase is for the contract with Merchant Security, but I don't have last year's numbers. I would need to get that to you.
Do you know if we used a full amount, or did you end up using less or more than what was requested?
I'm gonna ask Chief real quick on that.
We talked about, as far as understanding this, a contingency fund, so for the maximum, you project what it might be, but you're not obligating to use this much fund.
Right, and so previously when we asked for these funds, one of the things that we're doing is this is making up for vacant police department positions. So as we add more staff, we are then able to reduce our reliance on the security staff. So it can be variable, but that would be the maximum that we would be spending each year. So I don't know, if we spent the whole budget this past year, Chief?
No, sir, we have not yet, no. So we still have some funds left, especially because sometimes what happens is that if one of the officers, security officers, does not show, of course, we're not charged for that. So, and we keep track of on a daily basis, if they don't show or not, because we're required to keep track of the money. And then also, I have a system in place that tells me where everybody's at and whether they show up or not, so.
So if they don't show up, do you have one of the officers get overtime and then they come in, or how do you handle that situation?
It's mainly the security officers that are working at nighttime.
Okay.
And we do have an officer assigned with them at nighttime. So again, the officer that is working with them at nighttime, that officer covers, whatever is left uncovered. And then during the day, of course, we could pick up, whatever work is not done by them. We're here. I have more people that are assigned during the day, so we're able to cover that. So.
And do they work mostly part-time or
No, ma'am. All the officers that we have at this time they're working full-time.
full-time?
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
Excuse me, when you say somebody doesn't show up, just out of curiosity, what kind of non-attendance rate do you see out of the security service?
It just depends. Actually, the crew that we have right now, they're pretty reliable. They seldom call in late or arrive or don't show up. So they're pretty reliable. They do show up to work. So every now and then they don't, of course.
Yeah.
So more or less, out of that amount that was approved before, how much was spent or how much was left over?
That I don't know, ma'am. I don't have that information. I can give you that information, but okay.
And when you say that there's positions that haven't been filled by police officers, so you have vacant positions, what do you attribute that to? And
Okay, currently we do get a lot of applicants, or I shouldn't say a lot of applicants. We do get applicants, but the problem is that a good majority of the applicants that we're receiving or getting don't actually have a peace officer license, which is the main requirement. They see the announcement and they believe that they can apply for it, but if they don't have a peace officer license, then they're not qualified for the position. That's one of the main problems. The other problem is that they're not clearing the background. Some of the applicants that we've received in the past have a pretty serious background. They have some serious problems, and I don't accept them. I don't run them through. So they fail the background checks.
Isn't the EPCC offering the peace license on a kind of a fast track?
That I know of, they have two courses. One, it's running during the day, during the day hours, and I believe that academy is, I want to say 7 months. And then the other one that they usually run in the evening hours, because they're less hours, they take them, I believe, 9 months. So they are always running a class like that, or academies like that. So, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions?
Just out of curiosity, you're competitive. Is that a competitive position, and people with a police officer's license, do they have option to go to some other big city like Van Horn or something like that?
Yes, that's always a challenge that, they want to go someplace else, believing that they can do better or improve their pay. That's not always the case. In the case, with some of the people that have left actually want to come back. Again, because they leave and then it hasn't turned out too well for them, and they actually want to come back.
Yeah.
But it's just going to depend on what they've done, since they have left. If some officers are, actually have gotten into problems, and then I don't accept them. So, yeah.
Have we considered any programs like to build a pool or capacity in hiring under a probationary period, while if contingent they're enrolled here with us for the peace officer certification, we can hire them for a term?
Well, if they don't have a license, I can't hire them as officers.
But even as a program under a probationary, is that something that we've considered, just to build a pool in capacity?
I'm not really sure that I understand the question fully.
I'll jump in, Mrs.
Okay.
Moy. So we've worked quite a bit to improve the police officer's starting salary and all the officers within the ranks. And we've discussed several options. So been something that we've discussed as a possible option. You're talking more like an academy sort of style. So it's been on the table, but we haven't moved forward on that yet.
Thank you.
All right.
Any other questions? Call a question.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Ms. Nájera.
Aye.
Mr. Mendez.
Aye.
Mrs. Moy.
Aye.
Dr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye.
Section 8, Community Services. There is none. Would the board like to go into executive session? Item 1.3, executive and closed session. The Board of Trustees may conduct an executive or closed session pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code for one or more of the following reasons. 1, consultation with its attorney to seek or receive legal advice or consultation regarding pending or contemplated litigation or for any purpose authorized by law. 2, discussion about the value or transfer of real property. 3, discussion about a prospective gift or donation. 4, consideration of specific personnel matters. 5, discussion about security, personnel, or devices. Or 6, discussion of certain economic development matters. The board may also announce that it will go into executive session on any item listed on this agenda if the subject matter is permitted for a closed session by provisions of Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code. Any vote regarding these items shall be taken in open session. Item 1.3.1, discussion with legal counsel regarding a lawsuit styled Catalina Valtierra Piñon versus El Paso County Community College District, cause number 2024 DCV 2798 in the 168th District Court of El Paso County, Texas, pursuant to Section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code. Item 1.3.2, discussion with legal counsel regarding proposed contract termination of employee in the Division of Student and Enrollment Services pursuant to Section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code. The time is now 5:38 and the board is in executive session.
Okay, we're back out of executive session. They say yet?
No, not yet.
Good. All right. Mel, could you please read 1.9.1?
Yes, sir. Item 1.9.1, discussion and take possible action regarding a lawsuit styled Catalina Valtierra Piñon versus El Paso County Community College District, cause number 2024 DCV 2798 in the 168th District Court of El Paso County, Texas.
We're going to have no action on that item. Can you read 1.9.2?
Yes, sir. Item 1.9.2, discussion and take possible action regarding proposed contract termination of employee in the Division of Student and Enrollment Services.
Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the termination of Catherine Gutierrez in the Division of Student and Enrollment Services.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the question.
Mr. Uxer.
Aye.
Mrs. Robles.
Aye.
Ms. Nájera.
Aye.
Mr. Mendez.
Aye.
Mrs. Moy.
Aye.
Dr. Graham.
Aye.
Mr. Haggerty.
Aye. And our next board meeting will be in this room on July 23rd at 4:30.
Judge, we're going to need to reschedule that meeting. I want to make sure that it's good for the board. We have 2 members of the board that will be out on the 23rd.
Okay.
So the board would consider having the meeting on the 30th. It's a
You're
Wednesday.
traveling.
I am not. I'm not traveling.
Okay?
I went to
Anybody
the
have,
conference last year and it was not worth my time. I will not be returning.
does anybody have a problem with the 30th?
No problem.
Okay, so we will be meeting here on the 30th at 4:30 in this room next month. And we're adjourned.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you all. Thank you, Miss Money, and happy anniversary. Thank you so much.
Happy anniversary.